Peace to the world, Montaru is here. Hello all. Welcome back to another stream of Metroid Fusion. So, last time we had started up our mission here on the BSL, I believe it's called. I don't remember. Like the something research station, I don't remember. Something lab. I don't remember what it is I'm supposed to do next, so let's see if Adam will tell us. Confirm mission objective, sure. How the X download the Varia suit data? This doesn't seem to make any sense at all, unless the X have the ability to process data organically. At any rate, you have the Varia suit data, now you'll be protected from extreme temperatures. More importantly, the SAX will no longer... Okay. I want to go to the freezing area, so you can escape easier, but you're still too weak. That thing is too much for you. You currently have no way of damaging it, but my simulations indicate that a penetrating weapon like the plasma beam might work. Developing modification data will take HQ some time, though. There's also a chance that you may be able to restore your plasma beam by absorbing a large X core, as you did with the charge beam function. As for restoring ice beam function, okay, we're getting ice missiles. That's gonna add a freezing effect to your missiles. It will help go to Sector 5 ARC for the download. Is your objective clear? Now get moving. Alrighty. Where is ARC? There's ARC on the map. I feel no shame using the map. I have zero shame at all. Wow, wow. Need to download data for the ice missile upgrade, but as you might expect, the data room here is secured. Level 3 security hatches are yellow. Release the security lock and download data as usual. And experiment with those new missiles. They will be helpful. Is your objective clear? You know what to do. Go do it. I do in fact know what to do. And so I will do it. Okay, beta complete. Beep boop. I'm mostly fine. Wow. There. Ah! Dodge it. That. Want to make sure everything's good. Looks like everything's fine. Yay! Review. Doesn't look like I can do anything over there. I wanted to eat ya. But I could eat you. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, the blue X's are still running from us. Oh wait, that's a red door. I can't enter a red door. That would just be helpful. Unfortunately, I can't open this door either. Can I do anything there? Ooh, maybe. Alright, maybe not. Ah, that's what it wants me to do. Clever video game. Run, run, run as fast as you can, because I'm Samus. Why? What? Why does this exist? Like, I can't see any reason for this to exist. The only thing close to, like, needing a thing on here is there's an energy tank in the square next to me, but even on the map that I'm using, it says, oh yeah, you can't reach it from there. So why does this area exist? Is this like an area to run away from if SAX comes by? Thank you. Not doing anything, so I'm going to guess. Okay. Save data. Okay, power bombs. And now we've unlocked yellow hatches. Yay! Okay, that's also power bombs. Can't do anything. Yay! Nothing. Okay, that is what that does. Get you. Alright, that is the exact opposite of what I was expecting to happen. Alright, sure, whatever, game. Alrighty. Get the ice missile data now. Ice if I could add it to missiles, use it to freeze enemies. Hello! How do you do, fellow gamer? I do well, fellow gamer. Good. Can I do anything else to you, or do you just stay there? Alright, you can only be destroyed by power bombs. Ah! Oh, wait a second. I see what's gonna happen. Yep. And... because I'm going to need to... Aha! Well, it was almost a good plan, but then... oh. Is there anything by going up here? Does not look like it. No, I succeeded in the plan. Yay! Okay. Oh, that's speed boost. Where do you want me to go, game? Video game? Oh, that's why this exists! That makes sense now! I don't see any real reason to go this way. Well, okay, that doesn't work. I went over there. Nothing really got accomplished by doing that. I did miss an energy tank, so I can try and get that again. Energy, energy, energy! Ow! What? Why is that a thing that exists? Why, video game? Ah, that's how. Okay, I know how to do this. But that's annoying. Assuming that I am actually predicting how they want me to do this. Okay. No! No! How have I been? Been alright. No! I was doing a bit of an art project, so broke out my watercolors for the first time in actual years. I will show it to you eventually, later. It's very rough. I wasn't putting that much into it, but it was still, it was fun for one thing. Okay, that's power bombs. Yeah, it is for something. How it will pan out, we'll find out. We'll find out later, but something I think will be fun. As long as I'm having a good time, that's all that matters. Exactly. Though, I did have to, I did ultimately decide to, clean out the palette, because I'm just like, some of this watercolor could probably be saved, but it's also been, like, probably a few too many years to leave it in there. And I don't remember what colors they were, because apparently I didn't do them in the order of what I have the tubes in. Which I'm very confused as to why I didn't do that. Seems like the thing I would make sure to absolutely do. It was close to the same order, but it wasn't. I'm just like, why did this get messed up? Did I move the paints at some point? Which, that is a possibility. I don't know. Yeah, the palette's drying right now. Past you want to confuse current you. That is certainly a possibility. I'm sure it's nothing. Spooky giant things just flying around in the middle of the like bioweapon research place. Okay, it's not researching bioweapons because that's not allowed by the Galactic Federation or some bullshit or whatever. What? I'm sorry, what? Huh? Of all the doors of all the blocks that this could have been, this was probably the last one that I was expecting. Considering what's behind it. Whatever. Power bomb. Really? Why power bombs?
Emergency in Sector 3. Emergency in Sector 3.
But I don't want to deal with an emergency in Sector 3.
Emergency in Sector 3. Emergency in Sector 3.
Adam, what the fuck do you need? Emergency in Sector 3. EYR. The area could melt down soon. It seems the main boiler's cooling unit is malfunctioning. This could easily destroy the entire research station, as it would likely trigger the auto-destruct explosives. We have about 6 minutes. Hurry to Sector 3 and access the control room to the side of the main boiler room. Most of the system in PYR are down because of this. Again, we know who to blame. The SAX must have hacked in the system control file. What impressive intelligence. Is your objective clear? There's little time. Hurry to the control room in Sector 3. But why?
To main boiler explosion.
What does this accomplish for the SAX, though? Like, SAX is supposed to be, like, intelligent. We've described that multiple times, but, like, what does this accomplish for it? Oh no, saving is disabled. Oh, that's not good. Alrighty. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to go the long way. I am in Pyre, right? Yes. As far as I can tell, the only way is by going this direction. Correct? Yeah, I need to... Yeah, okay. Okay, that's how again. Like, oh, wait a sec. I was like, oh no. I'm panicking, picnicking.
Minute to main boiler explosion.
Need to go this way. Ah,
To main boiler explosion.
Samus! This is the way? Yes. There's you random lava blocks. Stop that. Thank you. Wide beam abilities recovered. Beam widens dramatically. Cooling unit operational. But now we have a wide beam. Beam is so wide. Anything in here? No. Yeah, I saw that coming. Doesn't look like there's anything else in here. all the parasites. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, power bomb. Can't do anything. Walking. Ah! I haven't done, like, anything over here. Is there a reason for that? Let's find out. Alright. Okay, I'm going to be smarter about this now. Excellent. Okay. Good to know. That is blocked off, meaning it's gonna be blocked off with power bombs, considering going that way leads to power bombs. But I had to check. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom is getting a special edition OLED, fancy carrying case, and a Pro Controller. I ordered the Pro Controller, that's it. Okay, I can't get anywhere over there. I don't want to get the Pro Controller, but I have 3 already. The only one I have is the Pyro one. So I felt justified in it. Maybe not the most justified, because I do also have, what's it called? I have, 4 sets of Joy-Cons as well. So, like, I have the one from my original, Switch. A pair that I bought just, like, as a just to have a secondary pair. A pair I got, the, Skyward Sword pair. And then the ones I got for my OLED to replace when the holder for the Joy-Con attachment section, I don't know what else to call it, like, broke on my original Switch. And third-party one that was Hades themes, I mean, that is perfectly acceptable. don't think there's too much else I can do here. Right? There was somewhere else I could go in there, but it also leads to energy tank and power bombs, meaning that I'm pretty sure it was going to be blocked by power bombs. And let's go check anyway. What do I care? Whose time am I wasting? Just mine. What was I gonna do with that time anyway? I might have watched more John Oliver videos, but eh. Go back here. Oh, I can go this way. Yep, that's what I thought it would. Why did that not work? I pressed down. What is it that you want from me, video game? Video game, what do you want? The only thing is, I can't think of what that would do, because we already have the high jump boots. I also don't know why it's suddenly, like, zoomed in, like, 500% right there for a second, or a couple thousand%. Like, space jump is the only thing that would make sense, but that feels weird to have there. To have that as a requirement here. Alright, maybe it's not weird, considering... Maybe it's not weird, never mind. I mean, normally it would be weird, but considering the fact that, then showed screw attack stuff. Not what I wanted to do. The thing I don't understand is why does it have all of this afterwards? Like, this was a weird thing to be like, oh, you need space jump for it. And that's because I'm correct. I was gonna be so mad if that was gonna be power bombs right there. I was gonna actually be livid. Oh no. I had a thought. It worked! Hold on a second. Okay, no. I didn't think that that would work, but... I love that. I love being able... I love that that is a thing that you can do. And we got another, another, what's it called, energy tank out of the deal, so I'd say that was a success. Alright, Adam, what you got for me? The X mimicked a crew member. It all makes sense now. The X absorbed the memories and knowledge of their prey. When an astounding find, HQ was very impressed. But don't you find it strange? This could have destroyed the station with the X in it, not to mention the SAX. Unusual for a self-preserving species like the X, unless your present is an even greater threat, a threat to the existence of X elsewhere. It's only a hypothesis. Perhaps their survival instinct is in conflict with their newly borrowed intelligence. Don't let your guard down yet. The X are still a threat. Samus, I see biosigns on the habitation deck. Survivors? The infected crewman you saw had survived until recently. Maybe there's a chance the signs emanate from here. Is your objective clear now? I've just restored power to the main elevator. Use it to return and look for any survivors. Thanks, Adam. Adam, why couldn't you restore the power sooner? Seems mighty suspicious, and not just because, like, we as the player got, like, a huge dialogue thing where it's just, like, where it just had you be really suspiciously talking to somebody. Wow, this place is a dump. Thank you. Thought so. Really? Come on, game. That's just mean, and you know it. Actually, it didn't even do... It wouldn't have even mattered. It doesn't go anywhere. Oh. Hello. That's not suspicious at all. Hey, Adam, I saw something really suspicious earlier. Confirm mission objective. Alright, so you're gonna ignore me then. I see how it is. Ah, but I can go through here. Can't do anything there, but I can do it. Alright, can't do anything about you. To the habitation zone! Away! To the invisible boatmobile! No, come back. Come over here. I'm going on the top floor. Aww. Alright, I was actually supposed to go onto the top floor. Okay. Alright, first off, do that. Alright, that doesn't work. Oh, wait, I'm a fool. Do that just once more. Because what I'm supposed to do is first go down here. Open you. Anything else to open over here? Does not look like it. Okay, run. Then I open here. then I learned that I'm still stupid. Alright, let's try this once again from the beginning. Step 1, open door. Step 2, run. Okay. Can't do it too far. What is that one? Okay, that is that. No. Okay. Am I just supposed to... Alright, maybe I am overthinking things. Good to know, I'm overthinking things. Lock disengaged, gate opening. It's the animals! They remember us, too. Yay, save data. Eticunes and Dakoras. I've met these intelligent beings before. They seem to recognize me as well. How unusual to meet again here. In the past, they helped me unleash abilities I didn't know I had. But where do they run to? I hope they're safe. I hope so too. I worked hard to save those animals. I, like, almost died for those animals. Head to the ship. So the survivors were not humans. Most unfortunate. We can now confirm the deaths of all crew members. I imagined this was the case, but I had hoped it wasn't so. I believe the X only infected the humans for knowledge. That form is too weak for battle. I'm sure the others were merely food for the X. Samus, I think they are evolving, growing stronger. Some are now appearing that resist your current weapons. HQ anticipate this and send power bomb data as soon as the hardware team finished it. Is your objective clear? Download it immediately. Our choice of data rooms is limited to only the one in Sector 5. Go, now. I thought that they would talk about the animals being there. But I guess not. Hmm. Oh. Ah, darn. Yeah, nah, that's not gonna be fast enough. Had to check, though. I'm sure that that is possible, but I am not good enough to do it. I would be immensely shocked if it is not possible. Oh yeah, I can't do that from here. Yeah, no, nothing can be done here. Let me check one. No, I'm kidding. Alrighty, down to the data room. You have anything else for us, Adam? Into this data room before, but I'll show you its position again. Your detector clear. Now move out. Nothing suspicion. Fusion! Fusion. Ha! Good, nobody's destroying anything. How you doing, Tunic? As a ball, hold R and press B. Awesome, now we can choose violence. I didn't want that. Oh no, I can't choose violence in here. Man, that's boring. Good, how are you? I am doing alright. I know I can choose violence down here, but that's a mistake. Let's make the mistake. How big a mistake is this? Okay, you're staying in the room, aren't you? You're making sure I know it's a mistake. What the heck? Why did that go away? Let me get that back up. The map just suddenly said there's nothing to see here, even though the vial still exists. I don't know what that was talking about. What the heck? Nothing to... What do you mean there's nothing to see here? What? It's a file that I saved on my computer. Yes, there is something to see here. More power bombs. And nothing else of consequence in here. Stop it! Get into here. Save real quick. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Get that. Okay, can't do anything with that. Really, game? Come on. Let's check and make sure that there's no others. Yep, there are more there. Game! There we go. No, let's let it get a little bit further along. Alright, that was just a stupid decision. Yay! I did it! Hooray for me. Alrighty. Platform is secret passage into Sector 6. Adam, you gonna tell me about this thing yet? Thank you. I'm trapped. Why does that exist? What? What? How do I get that then? My god. Game, come on. You know that's stupid. Ugh. But there was something else I could get now. Because I think I can get it. No, never mind. I forgot about that. Ooh, I have a thought. Alright, my thought is gone. Right, Samus. Just build up enough speed and it will work. I don't understand what it is that the game wants there. Let's just murder these things real quick. Weapons and energy restored. Thank ya. Alrighty, Adam, what you need for us? Samus, return to your ship. I have important information. You can go home now, Samus. Your job here is done. You've done your job splendidly. Are we gonna get an inner monologue from Samus real quick? No. No monologues. Oh. Well, we got something like that. Hello. Hmm. Come on. We got this. I am supercharged while I go into my ship. The main silo of the reactor core has gone offline. That's why elevators and station systems are down. Elevators and hatches won't work. This doesn't bode well. If you can get to this point, you may be able to start auxiliary power system, and we figure out why the main silo went offline. Is your objective clear? By the way, I asked you to return here to tell you some strange creatures have boarded your ship. I confirmed that they were not X-hosts and gave them a berth. Do you know anything about these strange creatures? Were they the source of the healthy biosigns earlier? Very well then. Their presence in the midst of this disaster must have some significance. I will keep them here. Good thing that we happened to let that thing hatch. Metamorphosize, whatever it's called. Thank you. An energy tank. I wanted to get that real quick. Thank you. No! Hit you first. What can I blow up? Oh. I think this is supposed to be Yakuza. Ah! Ah, come on! Ah! Okay, I am... Down there. Nope, no. Just stay here. Don't try and force things. Oh my goodness! I forgot about this part entirely. Okay. Okay. Oh. Space jump. Oh, thank God. Yay, I engaged the power. Save rooms and recharge rooms are now back online, but with only auxiliary. Power, no elevators or hatches will work. Without the main silo online, we're still stuck. I believe the source of the problem is the vegetation you saw earlier choking the reactor core components. Is your objective clear? We'll have to find the source of those roots to proceed. Save complete. Let's just blow up everything real quick. Come on! Spin, spin. Mm. Didn't do anything? Seriously. Why am I choking? Seriously, what does the game want from me? I mean, aside from full health, I mean, I guess that is something that it could want from me. It also doesn't help that I was holding ZR instead of R. Blow him up, 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 blow him up. Why wouldn't you give me the actual health? What? You've got to be kidding me. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, good, a save room. Not that it really matters. What I need is a recharge room. Ah. What? Alrighty. Let's make one here. See how badly this goes for us. Ah! Remember when I said I hate the bosses in Fusion? Let's go back to the beginning. Why? What the heck? Ah, come on. Once or twice, yes. I was doing well. What the heck? What is this slippery, like, controls for that? What is happening? Come on! Game! Thank you. Oh my goodness. Plasma beam, thank God. Alrighty, anything else around here? Doesn't look like it. The actual good news is that we can now use the recharge room. God, that was disgusting how long they made us go without saving or any sort. Okay, no, we could save. Well, without a recharge room, really? That, really? What an arbitrary place to put that. With no indication! There is no indication for that. That stupid game, come on. Can I notice anything that I never got? Never got that thing. Can I still get that? What would be the way to go about to get that? Like, a very long path. Need to go all the way around for a single missile. Okay, single missile path. But I will go for the energy tank and the, what's it called, power bomb over here. Can I get through here real quick? Thank you. Screw attack. Never mind, I can't get through. Can't get through there. Yeah, that's good to know. Could use the gravity suit. Or to just take less damage right now. That would be nice. Know what I will do, though? Ah, cool, fusion. Yep. First off, though, we are going to be taking a quick break. So, while we are on a break, get a drink or a snack, use a restroom, stretch, release any tension in your body, or join me in some sit-ups. Alright, you don't work, so let me reset media player. Boop. Come on. There we go. Where are things? There they are. Alrighty. And I'll be back in just a bit. Bye, all. Alrighty, hope everybody had a good break. Let's get back to this. Alrighty, Adam, where you want me to go now? Get that up real quick. What? You restored plasma beam functionality? Most unexpected. Even so, continue to avoid the SAX. It, too, may be stronger. And you still lack a few abilities crucial to survival. Wait a second. More trouble. Hold on. I've isolated the cause. There's been an explosion in the ARC data room. Samus, go to Sector 5. Is your objective clear? The damage is staggering. Find out what's causing it. I hope everybody had a good break. Doesn't know how to morph ball correctly. Whoa. It's gotten worse. The damage seems to have been caused by a creature kept here by the researchers who named it the Nightmare. Apparently, it was a biomechanical organism designed for military applications. It possesses uncommon power and can manipulate gravity. You must assume that it's become an ex-host. We have no choice. You must find it and defeat it. I can't confirm the location. Is your objective clear? This thing is out of control. Hurry before it destroys the entire station. Suspicious. Why would there be a bioweapon on here? Alrighty, so... Things don't look too good here. Ooh, I can go up here. Let's not go there yet. Okay. Now we go here. Oh, here's where in Sector 3 this will actually go, so let's see. Samus! Samus, come on! Come on! Adam suddenly just like, oh no, as the Nightmare has destroyed an area over here. It's just Samus messing around. Can I get anywhere here? Well, I could have. And I still can. No! Okay, so where do you want me to go, game? What? Ah, okay. Now it makes sense. This will lead me to another power bomb, actually. Let's see if I can get anything. Nope. I can't, because I can't run fast yet. I'm not a speedy run fast man. Gonna get a speed boost? Yep. This should have a power bomb. Thank you. Up here. recharge first, and then I'll get that power bomb that's in there. Well. There we go. And we'll save. Okay. Just like, no, wait a second, there's a trap. Alrighty. Let's do it. God, I'm gonna not have fun, but I have a lot more health than the first time I did this fight, so we'll see. Come on. Oh my goodness. Come on, really? Alrighty. I got further than I thought I would. Let's see. Good enough. Ah! Oh my goodness! Whatever. I'm going to return to the save point because this will let me restart at the beginning instead of where I was last time. Get you. I hate this guy's hitbox, especially because this room is so much larger. Honestly, it feels like they made this room for this boss fight, and then they're just like, no, let's cut it in half at times. Because this room is so much larger than this. But we can't do anything. Oh my god, nightmare. Come on. Ah. And I'm sure there are people who actually, like, I'm sure if anybody ever watches these VODs who actually know, Metroid Fusion, they're just like, my god, what's he doing? Don't you know it's so obvious to do this? I hate the bosses in Fusion so much. How many do I have? Is that 14? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 14 energy tanks. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, thank God. Oh, man, you are flashing a lot. Turn away your screens if you can't handle this. Oh, man, that was a lot of flashing. What was that, 5th try or something like that? Gravity effect recovered, move freely in water. Yay. Map, there you are. Oh, it's not actually that much larger. Never mind. Anything else around here? No. In fact, I think this entire area is cleaned up. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Cool. Yay, we might have 100% an entire area. Okay, I guess there is no way to get there from here anymore. I want to try though. Well, actually, we technically haven't yet. Darn it, I missed. I missed my chance. No. Okay, that I can't do anything about. But I can do that. Ha, I can do it. I can ignore Adam. Yeah. Is this a smart idea? Not at all. But it's funny. Anything? Come on over here. Hmm. Ah, there we go. I'm a naughty girl. Security level 4 unlocked. I don't remember if that's what you're supposed to do or not, but I did. Let me go back. Thank you. Okay, what X are supposed to give me power bombs then? Also, let me go back because there was another missile. Is there an X that gives me power bombs? Is it only the red ones? Or will the green ones give them to me if I'm full up on regular missiles? Missile. Thank you. Bro. Thank you. Get this. Okay, I can't get that one yet. Okay, let's try running. I'm going to get to a data room without being prompted to go there. which is kind of hilarious. Yeah, we got the diffusion. I don't know if Adam is supposed to tell us about this or not. Ah. Okay. Ow. Good news is there was a recharge right over here, so not that big of a deal. And a save room, probably the navigation room for Adam to be like, "What are you doing, Samus? You've just gone everywhere without me telling you anything. You upgraded your missiles? That's unusual. There was no word from HQ. Procedural error, I'm sure. Even so, I did not approve of bypassing security level 4. From now on, you will use more discretion. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot you faced earlier? I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6. Don't know what it's planning, but let's go and find out. Samus, you know what to do. Do I, though? Is your objective clear now? Samus, why are you sequence breaking? Because, Adam, it's entertainment. I need to get those clicks, Adam. If I'm leaving my job, I need more subscribers. I can't post cringe. Do you know what that would do? You're not authorized to sequence break. Well, guess what I have to say to that? Power bomb tank. Alrighty. Okay. Got about another hour left in the stream that we usually do. Still no monologues. Man, I wanted a monologue. You sly dog, you caught me monologuing. Alright, Adam, where do you want me to go? Your robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful. We have another problem. Once you're done, leave and knock immediately. The SAX is tracking you. Is your objective clear? Understood. Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, screw attack. But I can get some missiles real quick. Thank you. Aw, screw it. You. Fine then, I'm going through this door. Nyeh. You can't stop me. Ah, interesting. I'm mad. So mad. Alrighty. Was there no way to get over there again? Yeah, it was screw attack. Well, can't do anything there. What? Alrighty. Sequence breaking is always authorized. Is it, though?
Warning. No entry without authorization.
See? No entry without authorization.
Without authorization.
I can't go through without authorization.
No entry without authorization. Warning. No entry without authorization.
How you doing, Jolteron?
Warning. No entry without authorization. Warning. No entry without authorization.
We just proved it. I can't do things without authorizing.
No entry without authorization.
Sequence fixing is authorized.
Warning. No entry without authorization.
That'll work, yep.
Warning. No entry without authorization.
Yeah, I get it. No entry without authorization.
Warning. No entry without authorization.
Been working. How you been? Been alright.
Warning. No entry
Also,
without
welcome,
authorization.
Tom Nook Yankees.
Warning.
That's quite a
No
username.
entry without authorization.
Is there anything over there? No,
entry
just...
without authorization.
Run to a heated area without your Mario suit. Ah, that can only go well. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Good to know. Tap, tap. Ah! I don't know why I'm saying stab in a shooty game. Plasma beam shots are pretty sharp. Are they, though? God, I wish these missiles would drop things. Ah! Come on, really? Zap, zap, zap. Shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, Twilight Princess and Metroid confused. God. Ugh. Away. Why did that not damage it? I'm dead. 100% dead. Ah! Alrighty.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without.
Do you think I can enter without authorization, guys?
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no
I think I can enter in without authorization. I mean, he really needs authorization. God. God, I wish the diffusion was actually, like, useful for anything. No, in Metroid 1 we had the long beam. In Fusion we had the wide beam. All we're missing is the high beam. Dead. Ah.
Warning, no entry without
You know, the Dread bosses were
authorization.
actually fun, even when they were challenging.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry
This one,
without
this just feels annoying because it's like, oh, the main challenge is trying to hit the boss.
authorization.
Because the hitbox is surrounded by multiple very small things.
Without authorization.
You know, if the diffuser actually did something in this fight, I think that would be fun. Like, oh, I don't know, maybe freezing the water? Was it really necessary to make the water electrified too? I already have to be up here in order to damage the boss. Why make the punishment for falling in the water even worse? They can't damage it while being in the water. Why did that not hit that missile? Okay. Thank you. Yay, got the wave beam.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
Okay, screw attack.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Now that we got the wave beam, though,
Warning, no entry without authorization.
we can enter without authorization.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
We got authorization, guys, don't worry.
Warning,
Source,
no
trust
entry
me.
Without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
Restricted zone. Oh.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning.
I wonder if they want us in here.
Authorization.
Hmm. Think I found out the reason why this area is restricted. alphas, we have gammas, we even have zetas. What's happening?
Fire alert. This sector will soon be locked down. 60 seconds to isolation lockdown.
Uh-oh. Metroids!
Seconds to isolation lockdown.
Metroids are in the way! Well then. Oh! Hey, Adam! Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful application only, of course. Please understand. But perhaps you already knew of this program's existence. Certainly, you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1, SRX, a faithful replica of SR-388 ecosystem. Ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. It's not like we were given a choice. We kind of had a choice. We could have gone somewhere else. Actually, could we have? I don't know if we could have actually. Now I'm thinking about it. This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine creating an Omega Metroid from a larval Metroid in days. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy, and one of the SAX is on its way here. One? Are you saying there are more than one SAX? Don't be so surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduced by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than 10 SAX aboard the station. Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the SAX will destroy you. Stop only at a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Is your objective clear? Now get going. The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. I think after a certain... Yeah, no, I'm looking at the map, I'm just like, maybe there wasn't a way back. Doesn't completely undermine the plot twist he made with the game. I mean... I didn't know that they were still making them. But also, the computer even says just like, you probably knew of this program's existence. Yes, we did, because they tried it before. Where even am I on this map? Okay, Whee! right before as well. Yeah. For some reason, everybody thinks that they'll be able to successfully control Metroids this time. You'd think they realize it's a bad idea after a point, but nah. Yeah, they'll get it working this time. Why can I not get this power bomb right now? Of just casually dropping a giant bomb in a room that's supposed to have like precious equipment for me to keep everything together. I wonder what the lore explanation for a save room actually is. Blow up another one. Is it really undermined though? It's just like, no, the Federation is still planning this. Okay, this is a safe room. That leads me... This leads to nowhere. What? Why does it exist then? Oh, wait a second. I think I can guess why it exists. No, I'm wrong. Why does it exist then? Oh! Hey, buddy, how are you? Where am I? There I am. Oh my god, am I going to beat a boss first try? Did it happen? Did that happen for any of them? I don't even know if it happened for, what's that? What's the, like, turtle thing? Whatever. The armadillo thing. Somersault into enemies. Of course it would be Ridley that I managed to beat first try. Oh, that's why that suddenly happened. I was just like, why did I suddenly do that? That makes a bit of sense. Where to go? This area, like, served no purpose. Why does it exist? Is there supposed to be a reason for that room? With Ridley done, I don't remember how many more, how much more there is in the game. I want to say there's just the final boss. Like, the last couple stretches. Yeah, can I get into here now? No. Oopsie. Oh my goodness. There we go. Where do you want me to go? Is this like a superheated room or what? Yes, it was. Oh, I can just go. That works. Why is there a door under the lava? This leads me to Sector 3. Do I want to go to Sector 3, though? Probably not. Other questions I have. Yeah, that was one of those questions that I had. The answer doesn't shock me, but it does annoy me. An energy tank and it's an energy tank and a missile, so yeah, I need to get it. What's the quickest pathway? This looks to be the only pathway. Care to explain why there's a corpse of Ridley here? Other M. That's actually the Ridley clone. Well, then why did you ask, Sads? That's also why Nightmare's here. I'm pretty sure even in Other M, you can go to the areas where those corpses are supposed to be and see, like, near the end of the game and see that they're gone. Ask because I forgot for a second. That's fair. You're not long enough, are you? Definitely not. Let's make sure. No. Okay. That means that this section is just barely long enough. The only other explanation, which is a possible one, I didn't think that those changed. Okay, no. There was nothing there, right? Yeah, it has to be like that. Is this worth it for a single missile tank? No. Boy, especially since I'm probably not getting 100% anyway, but it's funny. What? Oh, I pressed B instead of A. Alright, where is it again? Oh, it was power bombs. Still not worth it, but it was funny. Charging an attack doesn't, like, make you charge the, Spine Shark Shine Spark faster, does it? Oh, no. There's no X. No X to make a platform. Everything that says to go in there is from down. What is this? This is... Yeah, this is Sector 1. What? You can do that in this game? Alright. Oh, wait a second. Is this the thing that they do in Dread? Did it come from Fusion? Okay, that didn't work. Let me see that again. Fine, oh, let me leave the room. Yeah, okay, that is exactly what it is. Well, we do that again. Why did you not jump a second time, Samus? I also keep pressing the wrong button. Why were you not jumping? There we go. That's also probably how I got the other one that I couldn't figure out either. But I don't remember where that is. I did grab that one, yes? Yes, I did. Where does the game want me to go? Because I can travel to any of the sectors now. What do you want from me, Adam? Amos, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. We should be preparing the evacuation station. Are you joking? They know how dangerous the X are. How quickly they reproduce. The Federation has taken an interest in the X and SAX. They believe this lifeform has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous! The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It is not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. This is madness! They won't stand a chance here! This station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? Capturing the SAX, of course. Are you serious? Do they really think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help. They knew you would try to destroy the SAX. That's why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the SAX. Yet somehow you restored that function on your own. They also tried to withhold the diffusion missile upgrade because they didn't want you to grow too powerful. But they had already sent it, and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. They must cancel this mission. Open a channel to HQ. I won't let this happen. They are already on their way. Fools. As soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and they'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end. Just gonna have a tea party with it. The X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly. They cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. This station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Them, the station, and myself if I have to. Well. Open the hatch. I have been ordered to confine you until the ships arrive. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Adam? Who is Adam? A friend of mine. And what would this friend advise you to do now? You know that the only way to end this is to start the self-destruct cycle. You know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he sit in a safe command room and order you to die? He would understand that some must live and some must die. He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once. So, he chose life for you, our fair warrior, Samus Aran. Your Adam gave his life so that you might keep yours. For the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you! How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating the station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites. Even though the station would be utterly destroyed, you would only succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore the simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly. If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruct detonation. You would have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's orbit path to intercept SR-388. Then return to your ship and escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady? He said the line, guys. He said the line. By the way, that's my sub alert if you want to check it out. I'm kidding. Alright, we're not going to be 100%. I think we might be at 75%. Anybody want to hear Adam tell us that there are no objections? Alright, where's the save? What? Okay, really? That's excessive. What? Oh, that was the habitation zone. That's why. Alright, what even is the purpose then? Whatever. Now to humiliate myself because I'm not good at the fight that's coming up. Let's create one here. Yeah, what is it that everybody is always just like, oh, the AI is so stupid, it's so easy to manipulate? Yay! Yay! Well, unfortunately, we didn't manage to get the ice beam. Ran away. Oh my goodness. They're seriously disabled? Really, game? You're that mean? Game, you're that mean? Game, why are you this mean? It's not letting me save before I have to do the gauntlet and fight the Omega Metroid. It's mean.
Propulsion sequence activated.
Not letting me save or heal. You'll be fine. Jolteron, I fucking hate these bosses. No, I will not be fine. Alrighty. Let me use this recharge room. Oh, thank God. Alrighty. Yeah, go through here. I have faith in you. That is misplaced. And I think the recharge station was open. Thank God it was. Otherwise, I would definitely not be able to beat that Omega Metroid. Now you won't be able to beat it. Okay.
40 seconds to impact.
Beam me up, Scotty. I know that it heals me, but I thought... Okay. I will say this. I thought that you had to fight the Omega Metroid a little bit first. I thought you had to do a little bit of damage first. And then the X would come in, like with Mother Brain. The perfect military mind, the wisdom of Adam Malkovich, continued to serve even after death. Until today, I had no idea the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers. My incredible reunion with Adam may have saved the universe. But how will the beings of the universe view our resolve? I doubt they will understand what we did, the danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. Do not worry, one of them will understand. One of them must. His name will be Anthony. I am honestly upset that Anthony was not in Dread. I hope he's in Prime 4. I reflected upon his words, and I see the wisdom in them. We are all bound by our experiences. They are the limits of our consciousness. But in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. Just one detail still bothers me. The ship can only be started manually. Yet before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hand. Is it possible? Adam? And then not being Prime 4 would be a crime. It would! He can say, remember me, and we will actually remember him! Lady, what's troubling you? You wonder how I started the ship? Just think about it. They lent me a hand. We saved the animals, so the animals saved us! Alright. I still hate the bosses. The only reason I felt them tolerable was because I actually went out of my way to get energy tanks this time. Because I went in with nearly full energy. Actually, no. How much energy did I have against Ridley? Maybe I only had a half. I don't remember anymore. It's fine. I still don't like this game that much. I doubt they'll put Anthony in Prime 4, though. I wish that they would, but I really doubt they will. Still want to know what Prime 4 will be about, because I'm Like, the only guess that people have is that it would be Silux, and, like, maybe he took a Metroid. I don't know. I wonder if we'll get a 3D Kraid fight. If I can beat him in 60 seconds, then it's all fine. I miss you. Music program reserved by Nintendo. Yay! What'd I get? I want to say like 70-something item percentage. Like 6-7 hours. Because we didn't hit 8. 4? Nice. That's great. Oh, if only I took 12 more minutes. Alrighty. That's gonna be it for today. Thanks everybody for coming. This was fun. Next day, that is supposed to be the Metroid slot. I don't know. We might do Blast Ball. We might do Metroid Blast because I don't know if I want to start Other M just yet. As yeah, Is yeah, this was where everything was. This is basically how that mini subathon ended, more or less. So yeah, Blast was the next one, and then Other M. Okay. As for the sub points, we are nowhere close to that anymore. We are nowhere close to 20. We are nowhere near 20. Is that 26 or 25? I don't remember. Thanks everybody for coming. Let's find our raid target. Who is live? I know one person is live. We'll probably raid them. Shadow, when did you start this? Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely raiding ya. When did he start Superstar Saga? Was that, like, today or a while ago? Second stream. Alright. We'll be starting the raid in just a bit. Bye, all.